The Matrix of Nine, Unlocking the Mystical Power of the 9 by 19 Grid. Introduction. Unlocking the Hidden Power of the 9-19 Grid. Numbers are not just symbols, they are living forces, vibrating with energy, guiding us toward hidden truths. Throughout history, sages, scholars, and mystics have sought patterns in numbers, alignments that reveal the underlying structure of reality itself. Among these ancient secrets lies the 9 by 19 Grid, an unassuming yet immensely powerful numerical matrix that holds the key to manifestation, numerology, and transformation. At first glance, the grid appears as a mere collection of numbers, arranged in rows and columns. But within its structure, hidden pathways emerge, sequences that resonate with cosmic frequencies, align with universal laws, and connect directly to the fabric of human consciousness. Each row, column, and diagonal pattern carries a vibration, influencing different aspects of life, from wealth and relationships to health and spiritual awakening. Harnessed correctly, this matrix becomes more than a chart. It becomes a portal to self-mastery and intentional creation. The mystery of the grid. Ancient civilizations understood the power of numbers, using them in architecture, divination, and sacred geometry. From the Pythagoreans, who believed numbers held the keys to the cosmos, to the mystics of Kabbalah, who saw numbers as conduits of divine energy, numerical wisdom has always been intertwined with the search for enlightenment. What if a single grid of numbers could serve as a roadmap to transformation? What if by understanding its hidden patterns, we could align ourselves with the natural flow of the universe? This book reveals the secret power of the 9 by 19 Grid, guiding you to decode the unique energy of each number, understand how the grid interacts with personal and collective consciousness, use the grid for manifestation, decision-making, and spiritual evolution. Discover hidden pathways that influence success, love, and well-being. Avoid pitfalls by understanding the darker aspects of numerical patterns. Through a blend of numerology, mystical storytelling, and practical exercises, you will learn to work with the grid rather than merely observe it. Each chapter will peel back another layer of numerical wisdom, allowing you to uncover how this matrix connects to your past, present, and future. Who is this book for? This book is for seekers, visionaries, and those who feel drawn to the unseen mysteries of numbers. Whether you are a numerology enthusiast looking for deeper insights, a spiritual practitioner seeking new tools for manifestation, a business strategist wanting to align decisions with energetic patterns, a philosopher or scientist intrigued by the interplay of mathematics and consciousness, or simply someone who has always felt that numbers have something to say, something personal, something profound. How to use this book. This is not just a book. It is an initiation. As you move through its chapters, you will be invited to engage with the grid, tracing its patterns, reflecting on its messages, and applying its wisdom to your daily life. Each chapter contains mystical insights into the nature of numbers, practical techniques for using the grid in personal and collective transformation, interactive prompts to help you develop your own interpretations, real-life stories of those who have harnessed the grid's power. This book is structured like the grid itself, a layered, evolving system where meanings unfold gradually, revealing deeper truths the more you interact with them. The journey begins. Are you ready to step into the world of the grid? Are you willing to see beyond numbers and recognize them as guiding forces in your life? The 9 by 19 Grid is not just an arrangement, it is a living map, a gateway into the hidden architecture of reality. Let's begin the journey. The grid is waiting. Correctly. Part 1. Foundations of the 9 by 19 Grid. Chapter 1. The Ancient Origins of Numerology. Numbers are the language of the universe. Step forward, seeker, and listen well. You are about to embark on a journey through the hidden corridors of the universe, guided by the silent yet ever-present forces of numbers. Before you can grasp the transformative power of the 9 by 19 Grid, you must first understand the ancient roots of numerology, the sacred language of existence itself. Since the dawn of time, humanity has sought to decode the rhythms of the cosmos. Long before alphabets were inked on parchment, before history was etched in stone, numbers reigned as the primordial code of creation. From sands of Egypt to the temples of India, from the mystic texts of the Kabbalah to the celestial charts of the Babylonians, numbers have been revered as the architects of reality. Let us journey through the ages and uncover how numbers, the unseen scaffolding of the universe, have guided civilizations, whispered divine secrets, and shaped the spiritual destinies of those who dared to listen. The hidden harmony. Egypt and the divine order. Imagine, if you will, the Great Pyramids of Giza standing in quiet reverence under the watchful gaze of the desert sun. These monuments, which have withstood the erosion of millennia, were not built on whimsy or guesswork. They were crafted upon the sacred proportions of mathematical perfection. The ancient Egyptians believed that numbers were not mere symbols, but living entities, imbued with divine energy. The number 9, revered as the symbol of eternity, and the Ennead, the 9 gods who ruled creation, held particular significance. It was seen as the final step before the cosmic cycle began anew, a number of completion, wisdom, and transformation. The builders of the pyramids aligned their structures with celestial bodies, using the golden ratio and sacred geometry to channel divine power. They knew that numbers were not human inventions, but reflections of the deeper harmonies that governed the universe. The Chaldeans and the Babylonian Code of Destiny. Let us now travel east to the land of the Babylonians, keepers of one of the most advanced numerological traditions in history. The Chaldeans, famed for their astrology and mystical sciences, believed that numbers carried vibrations that shaped human destiny. For them, the 9x19 grid was a celestial map, a matrix through which divine energy flowed. They used it to calculate auspicious days, interpret dreams, and understand the cosmic fate of individuals. Unlike modern arithmetic, their numerology did not see numbers as mere quantities but as sacred forces, each carrying a hidden power. The Chaldean system was rooted in the belief that the universe operated through cycles of 9, echoing the Egyptian understanding of the number's transformative nature. To master numbers was to master fate itself. The Vedic mystics and the sacred sound of numbers. From Babylon, we journey to the sacred forests of India, where rishis, ancient seers, sat in deep meditation, decoding the universe through sacred sound and numerical patterns. The Vedas, the oldest scriptures known to humankind, speak of numbers not as abstract concepts, but as manifestations of divine order. The Sanskrit language itself is constructed upon mathematical precision, with syllables arranged according to cosmic vibrations. Numbers, particularly multiples of 9, were used in mantra chanting to create harmony between the self and the universe. In the Vedic tradition, the number 108, a multiple of 9, is considered the key to unlocking spiritual enlightenment. It is no coincidence that mala beads for meditation have 108 beads, nor that there are 108 Upanishads, each revealing profound truths about existence. Here, we see the same principle emerge. Numbers are the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the finite and the infinite. The Kabbalists and the divine code of creation venture now into the shadowed study chambers of the Kabbalists, the Jewish mystics who sought to decode the very mind of God through numbers. To them, the Hebrew alphabet was not merely a set of letters, but a numerical matrix through which divine energy was expressed. Through gematria, the sacred system of assigning numerical values to words, they revealed hidden meanings within sacred texts. They believed that the universe itself was structured upon a divine numerical code, and by understanding it, one could glimpse the secret workings of creation. The number 9, in particular, was associated with Emet, Amt, the Hebrew word for truth, which holds the numerical value of 441, 44 plus 1 or 9. This symbolized the ultimate revelation, truth hidden within the numerical framework of reality. The unifying principle, 9 as the cosmic key. Do you see the pattern emerging, seeker? Across cultures, across time, the number 9 has stood as a pillar of transformation, completion, and divine wisdom. It is the final step before renewal, the sacred gate through which all things must pass before ascending to a higher state. The ancients did not arrive at this understanding through chance. They observed the universe, felt the silent pulse of numbers, and followed the golden thread of wisdom that connected all things. And now, you stand at the threshold of this knowledge. The path forward. The 9x19 grid as the modern gateway. You now understand that numerology is not superstition but a sacred science, one that has shaped civilizations, guided seekers, and revealed the hidden architecture of existence. But this is only the beginning. For now, reflect on what you have learned. Numbers are not passive symbols. They are alive, whispering their wisdom to those who are ready to listen. Close your eyes. Breathe. Can you hear them? They have been waiting for you. Reflective exercise. Awakening to numbers. 1. Take a moment to observe the numbers around you, your birth date, addresses, the patterns in nature. Which numbers appear most frequently? 2. Meditate on the number 9. Close your eyes and visualize it in golden light. What emotions or images arise? 3. Journal your thoughts. How have numbers played a role in your life's journey? Have you experienced moments of synchronicity that seem too precise to be mere coincidence? Remember, this is not just an academic study. It is an awakening, and the numbers are calling you forward. Closing thought. To those who have eyes, the numbers reveal. To those who have ears, the numbers speak. To those who have hearts, the numbers transform. Seeker, the journey has begun. Turn the page and step into the grid. Chapter 2. The Power of Patterns. Why grids matter. The universe is a grid of patterns, seeker. Lean in closer. Do you feel it? The silent hum beneath all things, the rhythm that governs the dance of existence. You have seen it before, though perhaps you did not know its name. It appears in the spiral of a seashell, the cycles of the moon, the whirls of your own fingertips. It is the signature of the universe itself, the power of patterns. Patterns are not random, they are the language of creation. They shape the orbits of planets, the sequence of your breath, and the silent pull of fate. To understand them is to hold the key to deeper awareness. For once you recognize the patterns that move through your life, you begin to glimpse the unseen hand that guides all things. And what better way to understand patterns than through the sacred grid? The grid as the cosmic blueprint. Since the earliest days of humankind, we have sought to make sense of the cosmos by arranging the world into grids, sacred lattices that reveal hidden order. The grid is both a map and a mirror, a way to decode reality while reflecting the very nature of existence. The 9x19 grid is not merely a mathematical construct. It is a gateway to understanding your life's recurring patterns. Within its structure lies the key to recognizing synchronicities, breaking cycles, and aligning yourself with the universal flow. But before we unlock its mysteries, let us journey through the history of the grid and its presence in ancient traditions. The grid in ancient civilizations, a universal code. Across cultures, grids have been revered as sacred diagrams, organizing both the physical and spiritual realms. 1. The Egyptian grid of the soul. The Egyptians structured their sacred texts, hieroglyphs, and even their monumental architecture according to hidden grids. The Temple of Karnak was built upon a precise geometrical grid to align with celestial bodies, ensuring harmony between earth and sky. The 9x9 grid of the afterlife, found in the Book of the Dead, was believed to guide souls through the journey beyond. 2. The Chinese Lo Shu grid. The ancient Chinese discovered a 3x3 magic square, the Lo Shu grid, in which every row, column, and diagonal added up to the same sum. Believed this sacred arrangement held the key to balance and fortune, influencing both architecture and personal destiny. 3. The sacred mandalas of India. Hindu and Buddhist traditions use mandalas, geometric grids that serve as portals to enlightenment. The Sri Yantra, an intricate 9-layered grid, represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness, guiding the meditator toward unity with the divine. 4. The Kabbalistic Tree of Life. Jewish mysticism teaches that the Tree of Life, a structure of 10 interconnected spheres, is laid out upon a hidden grid. This pattern is not just theoretical, it is the blueprint of reality, guiding those who seek to understand their place in the universe. From the pyramids to the temples, from the stars to the scriptures, grids have shaped our understanding of existence. And yet, these ancient matrices were but echoes of a larger, grander pattern, the 9x19 grid that holds within it the secret rhythms of fate itself. Your life is a grid of repeating patterns. Seeker, pause and reflect. What patterns in your life feel significant or recurring? Perhaps you have noticed that certain numbers appear again and again. A birth date, a time on the clock, a street address that follows you no matter where you go. Or maybe your life unfolds in cycles, relationships that seem to echo one another, opportunities that return in a spiral rather than a straight line. These are not coincidences. They are the whispers of the grid, revealing the structure beneath your experiences. Consider, have you ever encountered the same number repeatedly during important moments? Do you find yourself drawn to the same types of people, the same challenges, the same dreams? Do major changes in your life happen at regular intervals, as if following an unseen script? These patterns are the signature of the 9.19 grid, manifesting in your life long before you became aware of it. The hidden power of the 9.19 grid. The 9.19 grid is no ordinary structure. Unlike smaller grids, which capture limited perspectives, this sacred formation embraces both completion, 9, and expansion, 19. The perfect balance of wisdom and possibility. Each number within the grid corresponds to a specific energy, influencing your thoughts, actions, and the paths that unfold before you. When properly understood, the 9.19 grid can be used to decode your personal journey, revealing hidden influences and helping you shape your future with greater awareness. It is the map of synchronicity, the matrix of destiny, the sacred order within chaos. Aligning yourself with the grid's energy. Now that you are aware of the grid's presence, you can begin to align yourself with its energy. 1. Observe patterns in your daily life. Keep a journal of repeating numbers, symbols, or events. Pay attention to when and where these patterns appear. Ask yourself, what is the grid trying to reveal to me? 2. Trace the grid in your mind. Close your eyes and visualize a golden 9x19 grid before you. Imagine walking through its pathways, feeling its energy. Ask the grid a question and listen for the answer in your thoughts, dreams, or intuition. 3. Use the grid for decision-making. When faced with a crossroads, draw the 9x19 grid and intuitively mark numbers that feel significant. Interpret their meanings based on their vibrational energies. Trust the guidance that emerges. Reflective exercise, recognizing your own grid patterns. Seeker, now it is your turn to see the grid within your own life. 1. Think back over the last 5 years. What significant events stand out? 2. Do these events share a common numerical theme? Look at dates, ages, time spans. 3. Are there cycles you can identify? Repeating relationship patterns, career shifts, spiritual awakenings. 4. Write down any numbers or patterns that appear often. These are not coincidences, they are messages from the grid. Remember, the grid does not dictate your fate, it illuminates it. By understanding your patterns, you become the architect of your own destiny. Closing thought. The unawakened walk through life unaware of the patterns that shape them. The awakened recognize the grid and learn to move with it rather than against it. Seeker, which path will you choose? Step forward. The grid awaits.